welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well today, and if you are new here, my name is Natalie Jade. I post videos over here at least 3 times a week, but because it is Vlogtober, we are uploading back-to-back videos all month. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a look using the DC Revolution Batman palette. It's going to be a dark, smoky kind of spotlight look, and I'm very excited to do this with you guys. So if you guys want to see it, then make sure you stick around. Do not forget to smash that thumbs up, leave me a lovely little comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And let's get started with today's video. So I've already done my face, I've got my foundation, blush, contour on, and my concealer, but I thought I'd wait and do my highlight on camera because I actually have the Batman highlight today. I do have the Batman mascara from this collection, although due to the house move, I have no idea where it is currently. So I may end up finding that before the video and we can use it, but I doubt it. But I do actually have me testing it out in a different video, so if you guys are interested, then make sure to check that out. But I'm just applying the highlight at the moment, and it is a stunning highlight. Revolution have brought out quite a few highlights recently. They've done a lot of collaboration ones. So they've got the Pebbles, they've got the Simpsons, they've got this one with the Batman one. They've got quite a few new ones, and if I'm completely honest, the Revolution Batman one has to be my favourite. You literally need the tiniest amount of product and it blends like seamlessly into your skin. It is just stunning. It's one of my absolute favourites now, and if you can literally see, I use the tiniest amount of product and that is just so shiny. It's just really pretty. It's just got a really nice formula as well. It's not too crumbly at all, because some you get that are really crumbly and some just don't want to blend, but this just blends so gorgeously into your skin. I'm just going to do my other side. So you see what I mean about how it just glides onto your skin and just looks gorgeous. And it's a bit of an overview of the packaging. It looks like it's supposed to be like a rose gold shimmer, but you actually take a swatch of it, it's like a champagne colour, but it is just ridiculously shimmery. It's gorgeous. So the palette we're going to be using is the Revolution DC Batman palette, and this is the packaging, which is really cool. And then on the inside, these are the beautiful shades. As I said, I've done videos on the DC collection already when it was released, but I thought, you know what, let's sit down and do a bit of a Halloweeny, dark, smoky kind of eye look. I thought it'd be kind of fun. So for my eyes, I'm using the P. Louise base in the shade 2. This one just matches me the best. So I'm just getting a small amount of this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to grab a flat brush to apply this all onto my eyes. So I really like this one at the moment, and it is a Morph flat brush. And I just grab some of the products and just start to apply it onto my eyes. So I feel like this is quite a good brush for blending it in as you go. So now my base is applied and all blended in, I'm going in with this Spectrum brush here, which is a B07, and I'm tapping into this brown shade because it's got a lot of gorgeous different shades in here, but this is one that I'm going to start with. So I'm going to tap into this, and I'm going to start to blend this through my crease in kind of like a semicircle shade. It's a gorgeous colour. It's quite a nice and fluffy brush for this, so I'm just applying that on. I'm just going to zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better. I always forget to do this at the start of my video and then realise like partway through. So I'm just tapping that in and just kind of building up that layer of colour there. It's a really nice kind of like warm toned brown. So then I'm going in with this other shade of brown here, and I'm going to stick that right on the centre of my lid and just kind of blend that through. And I'm going to do my other eye exactly the same as this one. So now that colour is applied on both of my lids, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. So I'm just going to grab this one here, which is a Morph one from my little Morph set. And I'm going to tap into that black shade, which is pretty terrifying. And I'm just going to tap that onto the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to build that up. So I'm going to get in some more and tap that on again, outer corner of my eye. This is literally just on my lid on the very outer corner. And then just tapping that on. I'm not blending, I'm not doing anything, I'm literally tapping the colour on. And then I'm going to do some on the inner corner. I do find playing with blacks to be terrifying sometimes, but I always find it quite fun to kind of experiment with different colours. So I'm just tapping this dark shade into my outer and inner corners of both of my lids. I prefer to tap it because I feel like with darker shades like this, they're so pigmented and so kind of out there that I'd rather build up the colour slowly than apply loads and then have to kind of remove it because it's too much or blend for like hours. And then lastly, I'm going to go and tap into my outer corner on this side too. So this is now how it is looking, and the black is actually a really pigmented colour, and it is a really nice one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small and fluffy brush. I'm going to take this one here, which is the Jaclyn Hill JH35, and I'm going to take some of that lighter brown. This is one we haven't used yet. It's more of a nude than a brown. I'm just taking a small bit on my brush, and I'm just going around the edges of that look and just using that as a transition shade to blend that brown out. Trying to be really gentle. It's just to try and have a bit of a softer edge with that brown. So I'm going to be using a glitter next. That is a really nice blend. So I'm going to use a glitter next, and I've not actually decided which one yet, so I thought we could swatch a few on camera and see what they're like. Again, I feel like I'm saying this in every video, but I do apologise for lighting. I'm having to use natural lighting at the moment, as well as my ring lights, because I'm in a different room. So if the sun keeps coming behind a cloud and coming out again, I do apologise. So I'm going to swatch these 3 glitters. There's this gold one here. Then I've got a kind of like a darker one here. It's a bit more of a browny green and a bit of grey. And then this one here is like a rose goldy red. So I'm going to take a bit of each. So this is what they look like on my hand. This is what they look like against my hand. They do look very pigmented. I'm just going to do a swatch of them. They're really pretty. I think I'm going to go with the gold. They are all gorgeous in themselves, but I'm going to have to go with the gold because it's just so pretty. I think it's really going to go with that black. So I'm going to go in with my Pillowy's base next, which is the same one as we used earlier on in the shade 2. Again, grab a small bit on the back of my hand. I'm going in with the brush, the 207 Detailer brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just tapping that into that Pillowy's base. And then I'm going to be carving out some of my lid. So I'm going to go in again with this one here, and I'm just trying to do a straight line all the way down the centre of that black, but not kind of opening my eyes too wide, because then I'll end up having it all on my crease. So I'm just getting a little bit more to kind of even it up and get some more in this lid, I think. Okay, so this is how it is looking, and I'm going to tap in with a different brush, which is this round one here, and I'm just going to try and make these a little bit more equal. So I'm literally just gently tapping. Like one of them's taller than the other one of them's like wider than the other, so I'm just tapping a little bit just to try and make them a little bit more even, like that. So I feel like that's a little bit better now. So I'm going to grab that black again. I'm going to take a really small brush. I'm going to take this one here. This is from Morphe again, and I'm just going to start to buff that black into that white that we've done, so it kind of blends a little bit better. So I'm literally just tapping right on the edges and just kind of buffing backwards where that black is, just to make the blend between the two a little bit better, so it's not just like a one straight line. So it's now looking better than it was. I'm going to go in with that gold shade, and I'm going to actually use a brush to apply this with. Sometimes I use a brush and sometimes I use my fingers, but today I'm going to use a brush. I'm going in with this one from Real Techniques, which is my 002, and I'm just going to grab some of that gold glitter and apply that onto my lid. Don't really pick it up as well on the brush as I thought it might. I may have to use my fingers. Absolutely gorgeous. I prefer to use a brush because I think it blends out a little bit better with the bits at the sides when I use a brush, but you just don't always get the same pigment. So I'm going to grab a little bit on my finger, just do the very centre, and then I'm going to do the sides with the brush, just to make sure it's a little bit more pigmented so you can really see that gold. And then same this side, make sure you can really see that gold down the centre. One of the things that I love about the DC collection is I don't seem to have much, if any, fallout with these palettes. Like on my skin right now, there is no fallout at all from those shimmers. So I'm going in with this light and fluffy brush again. I'm going to tap into the brown, the original one we used, and I'm just really lightly just buffing that around the rest of the look there, just so it's kind of got that warm tone behind it, but I don't want it to kind of end up going over any of the other colours or taking over. So I'm just buffing that really lightly round, and then I'm going to blend it out. So that's how it is currently looking, and it's starting to come together a little bit. So I'm going to get a clean brush. So I'm getting this one here, which is quite a thin brush, again, Morphe. And I'm just tapping into the lighter colour, but only slightly. And then I'm literally just buffing all the way around the edge. I'm just going to blend until I'm happy with it. So now I'm going to go in with this small brush here, and I'm going to do something that I'm kind of scared it may not go well, but I'm going to go for it anyway. And I've grabbed that darkest brown from the palette, and I'm just really, really gently going over my actual crease with that dark colour there. I felt this will help blend the black out a little bit more into this brown, and it'll just kind of go over where that gold is sitting. So I'm just tapping that on, like I said. And then on the same thing on my other lid. So this is currently how it is looking. So I'm going to go away, do a little bit of blending. Then I think I'm going to get started on my lower lash line. So I've done a bit of blending on that, so it's a little bit smokier. And now what I'm going to do is my lower lash line. So I'm going to take the brush that I used before, which is just this really, really small Undid one from Morphe. And I'm just going in with that black, which is Scary. And I'm just applying that. So I'm just blending that through there, and then I'm going to do the same thing on my outer corner there. So the mascara I'm going to use is the W7 Lengthening Mascara. I haven't used this yet, and this is from Cherries, and I only got it for £1, which is a really, really good deal. So I'm just going over my lashes with this. I just kind of wanted to try it out and see what it's like. So I do feel like it's making my lashes look longer, but not necessarily like giving them much volume. It's like it's an okay mascara, but I think for Halloween you would want something a little bit more intense than this one. I'm going to keep going with it because I've already started, so I might as well see what it looks like once it's fully on. But like I said, for Halloween, I feel like this wouldn't be the best one for Halloween because it's not that intense. It's quite a natural everyday mascara. So this is now how my eyes looking now. I've applied the mascara, and if I'm completely honest, I'm not a big fan of it at all. It isn't anywhere near as dark and out there as I'd like it to be. It hasn't really given that much volume. It's given a little bit of length, but my lashes don't look that different to when I started. So, all honesty, I probably won't use this one that much. It may be for other people, but personally for me, it's not really that kind of mascara. I'm going to go in a little bit more with that black colour, because I'd like to kind of like make my underneath my eyes a little bit darker. Especially with the mascara not really doing that much. I'd rather it be a little bit more extra under there and kind of blend it out as well a bit more. And meet it up with the outer corner there as well. So I do think it'd be a bit better if it's a little bit more intense like that. Just because I think with it being a bit of a Halloween look, it'd be a little bit more out there. So I'm just buffing this a little bit below where we already had it. So I'm just kind of blending it out a bit. So that's how it's looking now, and I think that looks a bit better to be a little bit more dramatic. And now my lid, I'm just going to go in that dark colour again just to make sure we haven't lost any of that intensity on my lid. And it's not kind of like taken over by my lower lash line. So again, just tapping into that. I love these small kind of fluffy brushes. I think they're really, really good for when you're doing your lids because you can just get in there in the detail and you can get where you want to be. So this is now how it's looking, and I love the intensity of the black. It gives me real Halloween vibes. So I'm going to go over that gold again because I can't resist. It's a gorgeous gold, and I don't want to end up losing any of the gold colour because we've put all the black on there. So I'm going to use my finger for it though because I really don't like using the brush with this gold. It just doesn't seem to pick up the product anywhere near as well as when you use your finger. So I'm just going to grab that and just place it down the centre. And then same thing about the lid, right down the centre but blending it out to both sides of it. So this is how the eye look is looking, and this is now the complete look. I just wanted to do kind of a last minute Halloween smoky eye look. So something for, if you want to do a Halloween look but you don't want to be extra, you don't want to have to do the full thing, you can just do some dark eyes. So this is what it's looking like, and I'll just lift you guys up so you can see what it looks like a little bit more in the actual daylight and not just with my ring light. So this is with no artificial light at all. This is literally just daylight, so it does look pretty intense, but that was the whole idea. So it does look pretty intense, but I thought with it being a bit of a Halloween look, we'd go a little bit extra today. But I hope you've all enjoyed this video. If you have, do not forget to smash that thumbs up button for me. Leave me a lovely little comment down below. And make sure you all subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!